Dubai. No income tax, no crime. Perfect infrastructure. 3.5 million expats. 92% of the population, foreign. The world's biggest companies moved their headquarters here. No war, no conflict, no risk. Just opportunity. Then one morning, missiles fell. Hotels burned. Oil facilities went dark. For the first time in history, every single Gulf state was hit by the same enemy within 24 hours. Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Oman, all of them. One night. And the world realized there is no safe place anymore. How did this happen? Why now? And why did Iran attack the moment it lost its leader? The answer was written 40 years ago. It's called the Mosaic Doctrine. Iran never planned to fight America directly, because the numbers don't work. The US defense budget is 3 times Iran's entire GDP. Direct confrontation, Iran loses. Iran knows this. So what did they do? They watched. For 20 years, Iran studied America's wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. And they studied America's strategy. Its name, decapitation. First Gulf War, 1991. Baghdad's command centers hit on night 1. Iraq, 2003. Saddam's bunker was the first target. The theory, cut the head, the body collapses. Iran watched every single one of these wars and asked one question. What if there was no head to cut? The Mosaic Doctrine is the direct answer to American military strategy, built specifically to make decapitation impossible. 31 independent cells, each operating alone, each in a different country, each with different weapons. Hezbollah in Lebanon, 150,000 missiles. Houthis in Yemen, drones and ballistic missiles. Militias in Iraq, hitting US bases continuously. Zinabiyun Brigade, Pakistani Shia fighters built by the IRGC, deployed across the region. None of these are the Iranian army, but all of them are pieces on Iran's chessboard. Destroy one piece, the others keep moving. Cut off the head, this snake was built to survive without one. February 28th, 2026. Khamenei was killed. Washington and Tel Aviv calculated. Central authority collapses. IRGC fragments. Proxies wait for orders. The calculation was wrong. Within 72 hours, Houthis sank 3 cargo ships in the Red Sea. Iraqi militias hit the US base in Erbil. Missiles fell on Gulf capitals, without central command. But here's the detail nobody is talking about. Iran's civilian president Pezeshkian went on camera. He apologized to Gulf states. He ordered the armed forces to stop. The IRGC kept firing. The president of Iran said stop. The Revolutionary Guards continued. Iran's own foreign ministry admitted some attacks were carried out by autonomous units that Central Command could not reach. The system Khamenei built to survive his death is now operating without anyone's permission. So why Dubai? Why Bahrain? Why Kuwait? Official explanation, US bases were targeted. But look at what actually got hit. Bahrain, oil processing facilities, not a US base. Dubai, hotels burned, not a US base. Kuwait, airport terminal damaged, US ambassador's vehicle hit. Qatar, Iran's foreign ministry called ahead before the strike. They warned them first. Iran hit Qatar and called ahead first. This is not war. This is a message. The Gulf states spent decades playing both sides. Washington's ally by day, Tehran's business partner by night. Iran's message was simple: choose now. There's an index that measures global economic uncertainty. It spiked during COVID-19, the worst pandemic in a century. That spike reached 1,000. Right now, it's at 3,000. 3 times higher than COVID, higher than 2008, higher than 9/11, higher than any point in recorded history since 1985. And it's only March. The first week of this war cost the United States $6 billion. In the first 48 hours alone, $5.6 billion in ammunition. One Patriot PAC-3 missile, $3.7 million. One THAAD interceptor, $13 million. Iran fires a cheap drone. America fires back with a missile worth millions, every single time. This is the most brilliant part of the Mosaic Doctrine. Iran spends cheap. America spends expensive. The mines are in the water. IRGC mine-laying vessels entered the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. Navy destroyed 16 Iranian mine vessels, but hundreds more mines can still be deployed. Oil approached $120. Major insurers stopped writing policies for Gulf vessels. The strait is not even closed. Not one tanker sunk, not one barrel cut off. Just mines in the water, and the global economy shook. Iran doesn't need to close Hormuz. It just needs to make everyone afraid to use it. Fear moves oil markets faster than an actual attack.
Iran didn't just target oil. Oil you can survive without. You find alternatives, you call allies, you open reserves. But water? Kuwait gets 90% of its drinking water from desalination. Oman, 86%. Saudi Arabia, 70%. 100 million people in the Gulf drink desalinated water every single day. A classified U.S. diplomatic cable from 2008 said this: if Jubail desalination facility in Riyadh is damaged, the Saudi capital would need to be evacuated within 1 week. 1 week. Iran hit a desalination plant in Bahrain. First time in this war a Gulf state reported such a strike. A missile fell 20 kilometers from Dubai's Jebel Ali facility, the plant that produces 160 billion gallons of water annually. This is not a military target. This is a civilizational target. International relations has one fundamental question: what do you have and what do you need? Everything else is just negotiation. Iran just answered that question with a missile.
The next piece of this puzzle is hidden, built so deep that no satellite can find it. No bunker buster can reach it. Israel deleted Iran's air defenses. But what comes next, they cannot touch. That's our next report. Previous video, Operation Rising Lion. How Israel destroyed Iran's air defenses in 12 days. Link on screen. This is Aegis Intel. Subscribe. See you soon.